So here we go. Jenna Jackson. Successful living with Jenna Bill. That's what I say. In the meantime, Jenna, let's tell people they hear the promo in between the spots, but also P&R Creative. You're out there helping people in a tremendous way right here in Houston, Texas. Tell them what you do.
Thank you, Bill. So really the core of what we do is telling your story. No matter what kind of business you are or
Any
nonprofit.
kind.
Yeah, we do a lot of work with nonprofits. My history, as you know, was started in video. I was a television producer for 15 plus years at CBS in New York.
I was going to say a real small company no one's ever heard of, like CBS. Okay,
Yep.
yeah.
And, have continued to work in television production over the years. But as our company grew, our customers really wanted storytelling of different kinds. We're such a digital world. We still use a lot of video, but we also, as everyone we've talked to today knows, social media is so big, when it comes to promoting your brand. There's radio, there's television still, there's branding, which a lot of people sort of take for granted. You see like the KPRC logo behind me, a lot of thought went into that. The colors, the feel, the look, the recognize.
It's a great logo too.
It is, and you recognize it instantly. It's very Texas, so.
Yeah, this is not Hawaii.
This is not Hawaii radio, people, although
Just
you might
saying.
be able to hear it in Hawaii.
They
I
can
don't
hear
know.
us there. Yeah.
So we have a lot of fun. We have a lot of different businesses. We do a lot of restaurants. We have some awesome clients that we've had on the air here, Jonathan's The Rub and Federal Grill. We're having so much fun with Federal Grill right now because they literally just opened a 5th location in Scottsdale, Arizona, which is doing great.
And you were out there too.
Yeah, and I'm headed out again for the grand opening, but it's really beautiful. And so, it's fun for me to be able to work with these amazing brands and help them tell their story. And I kind of get to live vicariously through, what good work ethic they have, what great brands they have, and I have a lot of fun.
And as I look out the window and think about Houston and all my experiences here, there are so many stories to tell.
There are so many
Really, for real.
stories. There are. And I feel like everyone kind of, we've talked about companies have a brand. Everyone has their own personal brand. Everyone has a story to tell. And telling your story well helps you connect to your customer or your potential customers, which is really the key, right? So it's a fun business to be in.
No doubt about it. So one of the things I want to think about, too, when I think about stories, just wine. Let's just take wine, for instance. The story of everything is so important. But here you have something that's just a juice. Let's say it's put in a glass bottle, but every wine label tells the story.
It does. I kind of pick some of my wine based on cool labels.
And don't we all make our consumer choices, even buying a home or anything else, by the story that's presented? Because from little kids, what happens? They're reading your story to bed or something. Oh, what happens next? So that's just, and before, as Bryant talked about fires, people sat around. What did they do when they sat around the fire with no electricity?
Telling stories.
They're telling stories. That's life. That's the human experience from day one and from thousands of years ago.
Yeah, no, it totally is. I think especially as our culture has evolved, we've all been through COVID together. Society is kind of coming back in a big way, which I love to see. Business is coming back. But I think, the core of what everyone has in common is everyone has a story. And everyone wants to know what your story is. Like, people are fascinating. They all have different backgrounds. I mean, True Craft, having Bryant on the show, it's near my house. We had gotten, burgers there before, so I knew it was great. Had no idea he basically went to Australia to learn his craft. How cool is that? Like, it's just fun getting to know these people's stories. So.
And in fact, you're in your profession, in your world, in your niche, in the business world right here, and all the people you're the only company of its kind that has a connection and a platform on KPRC radio. Well, I mean, one of the top talk stations
That's a
in
tongue
Houston.
twister.
Yeah, for me it is. Yeah.
Thanks to you, Bill.
But yeah,
I do.
I mean, you're providing this platform that no one else really does, and it's fun, but also it gives everyone a platform to talk about what they do.
Yeah, it's a great way. I mean, look, there are so many mediums out there, and everyone gets their information, news, stories,
Podcasts and all
in
that.
a different format, right? there are so many going on that you really have to make available to your clients and your customers different ways to get their story out there. And this has been very effective. So
and it's been interesting. This and nothing against the podcast. If I didn't do this, sure, I'd do a podcast. My dog can do a podcast.
Right.
Easy price of entry. But the beauty of this is it's like you're sending the word out. We don't always know. Most of the time, we don't know who's listening. But it lands on all these different ears,
Yep.
and in the case of when we put it on YouTube, the eyes as well. So
Yeah.
to me, that's very exciting, just not knowing and sending the message out there.
Yeah, and every week that I do one of these with you, somebody who I haven't talked to in a while, or
Hey,
somebody
Jenna.
saw it on social media, or a mom at the basketball game for my boys, like, oh my gosh, I didn't know you did that. I just sent your info to my husband's company or whatever, and I'm like, perfect. That's the whole point. So it's a fun way to meet new clients, tell their stories. It's a great platform.
Someone's out there listening right now, Jenna, and they say, I want Jenna to help me tell my story. What
And
should
if
they
you're
do?
lucky, you can hang out with Bill Nappik.
Well, every now and then, but let's tell people.
They should go to our website, prcreativegroup.com. The name of the company is PR Creative Group. It's named after my twin boys, Parker and Reese. They think I should have just called it Parker Reese Productions or whatever, but it's not quite as catchy. I told them they could change it down the road, yeah. prcreativegroup.com.
And the phone number is?
917-922-8146. 917-922-8146.
Very nice. Thank you so much.
Thank
and
you.
let's talk